Hi everybody, this is Dylan from Ellis Home and Garden in Longview. I want to thank you for joining us today, and I hope you guys joined us yesterday for our first part in our two-part video series this week for our designer Christmas tree. It was our most requested video last week. We did our mantle series video, so if you guys watched last week, we thank you so much. And if you watched yesterday, then you'll know we completed our tree topper of our designer Christmas tree. So if you missed that video, all of that video is posted on our Facebook page at Ellis Home and Garden, so make sure you go on there and check that out. You can share it, you can like it, and you can rewind and fast forward as many times as you need to, guys, to get all of those tips and steps that we follow to create this beautiful topper that we did here. So guys, again, if you're just joining us, please put any comments or concerns that you have, your name and where you're watching from, in the down bar today. As we do the second part of this video, we're going to show you guys how to complete the rest of this Christmas tree. So again, we did the top yesterday, and now we're going to do the bottom half today. So again, put any questions that you have, any requests that you'd like to see Ellis do, and your name and where you're watching from in the down bar, guys. And we're going to get started on our second half of the video here, which is the bottom half of our designer Christmas tree. So if you watched our videos before, guys, you know I kind of have steps and orders of how I do things, and we're going to start off today with our ribbon. And we've done wreaths before, we've done garlands, we've done teardrops, and all of those processes started with ribbon. So we're going to start with our ribbon, and I went ahead and made some bows, guys, so you're going to use bows of your choice. So as you can see, I picked ribbon that kind of coordinates with the colors in the topper that we had chose yesterday. So I've used 3 different ribbons. As you can see, I've used one that has got some holly leaves on it. I used a striped gold, and then I used a 4-inch velvet in the back with a gold trim on it. So I like to stack the ribbons and use 3 different kinds just to kind of change it up. And again, you can use any type of ribbon that you want, as many ribbons as you want, and you can apply the ribbon how you want. But I like to use bows to stick in the tree. It really helps fill out any holes or gaps that you might have. And I like to pick any ribbon that coordinates with the top of your tree. And guys, if you missed our video yesterday, I want to remind everybody the reason that we did the top first is because you don't want to decorate your tree from the bottom all the way to the top and then do your top and not have any room left. So it's very important to do the top first so that you figure out how big your top's going to be, so that way you realize how much room you're going to have left on the remainder of the tree. And before I get started, guys, I read some of your comments yesterday, and some of you guys asked me why I stuck the stems in with the tags on, because I do make comments about the tags all the time at my house being tacky. And that's because at my house I don't put tags on, and I wouldn't recommend it, but at the store here, when all this is over with and we do take the trees down, we sell this product, so I have to leave the tags on. So I do leave it on in the display trees here, but at my house I definitely would take all the tags off. Alright, so again, we're going to start with step 1 of our tree decorating process, guys. And if you're just joining us, we're going to decorate the bottom half of the tree. So yesterday, in our 2-part video series, we did the top of the tree, and today we're going to do the bottom. So we're going to start by applying our bows that I have tied, guys. We're going to do a video in the future on how to tie bows, but if you do know how to tie bows, you can do a bow of your choice with coordinating ribbon for your topper, and you're going to place these inside of your tree. Now, guys, it's best that you apply the bows with the pipe cleaner or the wire that you tied the bow with, and you're just going to tie them onto the branches. One thing you don't want to do when applying the bow to the tree is you don't want to put it on the outside of the branch like this, all the way down. You want to kind of set this up in the branch and nest it up into your tree so that the branches are still exposed and you don't lose shape of your tree. That's very important, and that's something I see that people do all the time, is they lose shape of their tree, and they do that very easily because they stick everything on the very tips of the branches, and it runs everything together. So you want to nest things up in your tree and add depth. And that goes with bows, that goes with picks and stems, that goes with poinsettias, that goes with ornaments, that goes with everything. So again, we're going to take our bow with the pipe cleaner, we're going to attach it right to the greenery. So we're going to start right up here at the top, and we're going to work our way in. And again, guys, as you apply the bow, you are going to have to shift things around just like we did on the garland, because it does mash your bow together and your ribbon. But it's fine, don't get discouraged, you just kind of have to pick things up and move them around. And again, as I'm applying these bows, if you guys have any questions today, as we're doing this, put your name, where you're watching from, any questions that you have, even if it's not about this tree, if it's about Christmas decorating, and I will do the best I can, guys, to answer those questions for you. So I left the tails kind of long on the back layer of the ribbon. I stacked 3 ribbons together, and I'm going to leave these long, and I'm going to tuck them into the tree kind of at an angle like this. Now you guys can tuck them in an angle however you like in your tree, whatever kind of look you're trying to achieve, but I like to do them like this. So for example, I'm going to have Dina zoom up on this example right here on this bow that we've just added. As you can see, I've stuck it up far into the branch and not on the tip. So I really nested it up in there. And make sure when you do tie your bow, you get all of these little things off the ribbon. Sometimes I miss them. So again, we tied a bow with 3 different ribbons, and I've nested it into the branches, and I actually have branches sticking out past the ribbon, which is what you want, because you don't want everything on the tips of the branches. So we're going to continue our bows, guys, around the tree at different areas. We're going to put our next one right here. And if you missed our video yesterday, our tree topper video, or any videos that we've done in the past, you can find all of those on our Facebook page at Ellis Home and Garden. So check those out, guys. They're all posted on there. We also posted pics yesterday of our mantle display that we did last week. We had lots of requests for the finished design photos, and so we did end up posting those yesterday. Our photographer got back with us and got those photos done. So guys, check those out. They are on our Facebook page as well, and our Instagram at Ellis Home and Garden. So like us on Instagram and Facebook, and tag us in all of your decor that you do. We'd love to see. So again, we're just adding our bows. We're using the pipe cleaners that we tied the bows with, and we're nesting our bows up inside of the tree. And
Janice Ward asked, how big are the loops in your bows?
Hi Janice, the loops in my bows are probably about maybe 8 to 10 inches long. And these bows have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops in each bow, and I left the tails on the back layer, this velvet ribbon. I left these pretty long, probably like 1.5 feet or so long each. And the reason I did this is because I like to have them kind of layered in the tree on that back layer. And I do like this wide ribbon to do that with, because it makes a real big statement inside of your tree. So thank you for your question, and thanks for watching, guys. Again, we're on our second part of our Christmas tree video. It was our most requested video last week, so thanks for joining us this morning. Okay, as you add your bows in your tree, one thing you want to stay away from, you don't ever want to put anything straight down the tree. So don't put 15 bows down the tree in the straight down. You want to make sure you kind of separate them out and alternate sides and areas and locations in your tree. So as you can see, I put one here at the top. I've kind of moved over to the left. So now we're going to move over to the right and add one here on this side. And in the bows, I kind of worked my way from the top down of the tree, and I'm just alternated sides. And I started in the center, and I went to the left, but you guys can do it vice versa, whatever works best for you. So again, as you add your bows and add your ribbon in the tree, make sure you pick up and adjust each and every loop so that you really get the fullness out of each one. And guys, also I want to remind you, it's very important that you fluffed your tree from start to finish before you add any product to the tree. So that means you pull apart and touch each and every branch, because you want to create a great foundation for any embellishments that you add to the tree. Because if you do not, then you will have some holes and spaces in your tree, and you do not want to have that when you get done decorating. So again, we're adding our bows in the tree. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, put your name and where you're watching from in the down bar while we're doing this video. If you have any questions about yesterday's video that you missed or didn't get an opportunity to ask, put those comments below, your name, where you're watching from, and Dina's going to relay those questions and comments to me. And if you guys have any requests on any videos that you'd like to see in the future, put those as well. So now I'm going to work my way over to this side, add a couple more bows. And guys, yesterday I want to remind you, it's very important that whatever you put on the front of your tree, you also put on the back, because trees do get top heavy, and they do get heavy on one side, and so they do start to lean, especially if you put your tree in a corner, and it's very visible if you walk in the room from one side to the other. So you want to make sure you decorate it 360 degrees, and you evenly distribute all of your products throughout your tree. And again, I'm just attaching these with the pipe cleaner that I put on the bow. So as I continue adding, guys, I'm going to have Dina kind of scan up and show you a close-up on how we've attached those bows in the tree. Again, I've used 3 different ribbons to make my bows today. 2 different size ribbons, a 2.5 and a 4-inch ribbon. And I'm nesting them up in the branches of the tree. I'm not putting them on the exterior here. I'm actually nesting them in the tree to give it depth and to keep the shape of your tree. That's very important when doing a design of a Christmas tree.
Lenise Wolf, what kind of tree?
What's her name?
Lenise.
Hi, Lenise. This is a 7.5 foot Gatlinburg Slim. It's got LED lights on it that change from multi to clear. Actually, I'll show you here. Let me get the controller. So you can change them from multi to clear on this particular tree. You can also have them where they flash back and forth like this, or you can change it where they actually will dim right here. So they will actually dim from really bright to a low setting. So this is one of our most popular trees. This one is also, you can connect it to Wi-Fi and it will dance to music. So you can plug it into your phone and it will dance to music and do all kinds of stuff. And this is a great tree to have because you can change your look from each year or from year to year. So this year we're doing a more elegant look, but you could take this look next year and do whimsical, do peppermint and kitty and stuff like that, and then you can change the lights to multicolor and it would go better with that theme. So you can really get the best of both worlds and really a bang for your buck. So it's a great tree to have. But again, it's a 7.5 foot Gatlinburg Slim, and this same tree comes in a 9 foot size as well. So if you have taller ceilings, this will work for you.
She also asked, do you buy a tree according to ceiling height or just personal preference?
Both, but you definitely don't want your tree crammed to the ceiling because I have done that before. Sorry, I've had a cold. I've done that before. I've had a 10 foot ceiling and I've got a 9 foot tree, and it almost went straight to the ceiling, and it doesn't leave you much room for a topper. You definitely can't do a topper like this if your tree is almost to the ceiling. So you want to leave some room near the top of your you want to leave some room at the top of your tree so that you have room to do a topper for sure. So again, guys, we're just adding our bows on the top of our tree. Here on the back side, we put one on the top here, and now we're going to add one on the back here.
Linda Bounds is asking, do you know the price of the 7.5?
I do not, Linda, but I can find out for you before the end of this video. Linda, if you'll put your, I'll put your, the price of this tree on the comment down below. After this video, I'll have to go check it out for you. I'll put the price of this tree in a 7.5 foot and the 9 foot size for you guys. And I want to remind you, if you're not close to the Longview location, we do have 5 locations. We have one in Longview, we have one in Beaumont, in Bossier, in Texarkana, and in Marshall. You can find all of the information about those locations on our website at ellishomeandgarden.com. You can like us on Facebook and on Instagram, but I'll definitely put the information about this tree that we are using on the comments below. Alright guys, so we have completed step 1 of our tree decorating, which is ribbon. So if you've watched any of our other videos that we have done, you'll notice that that's the very first step you do in anything that we have decorated, whether it's an arrangement, whether it's a wreath, a garland, or a centerpiece, or in this case, a tree. So if you were, I had somebody ask yesterday about mesh and putting mesh in the tree. If you wanted to add mesh in your tree, this is the point in decorating, and the step is when you would add mesh. So even if you didn't add bows, the very first thing you want to do is add mesh of your choice. And you can add that in the tree however you want. I just would not recommend wrapping the tree. I would cut it into sections and kind of place it throughout the tree just as we've done the bows, and really distribute that color throughout the tree as you go. Alright guys, so the next step that we're going to do is balls. So we've done ribbon, now we're going to do balls. And so what I've done is taken our balls here, and we've got 3 different colors and some different sizes. So I'm going to have Dina kind of show you. So I've got gold, lime green, and red. The reason I've chosen these particular colors is because these colors are the ones that I used in the topper. And here's some of the materials I've used for the topper, and as you can see, these colors of these balls coordinate very well with the topper materials, and I want to carry out all of these materials throughout the tree. And I have used different sizes, as you can see. I have different size balls here. Let's see. So this one here is a 6-inch, and this one is a 5-inch. So I've got two different sizes, guys. They're both 50% off. All of our Christmas ornaments are 50% off right now, so it's a great time to come in and take advantage of that. As well as all of our 10-yard ribbon is 2 for $10, I believe. 2 for $10, and all of our 5-yard ribbon is 50% off. So 50% off savings, great time to come in and stack up on these. And these large ball ornaments are a great filler in your tree. As you can see, we're going to use them here. And again, if you're just watching, I'm leaving these tags on because we do sell these in the store. But at home, definitely make sure you cut off a tag and these plastic things as well. And then just leave the hanger on the ornament. So
At
these,
Roger Ziegler, do you keep the mesh straight or do you run it?
I run it. So like, say you cut a strip of mesh, probably like this long. Stick it in the side of the tree here, and then pull it out back here. So you'll have a little bit exposed here, and you'll have a little bit exposed here. And then come down here to this side and do the same thing and pull it out over there. So you kind of evenly distribute it throughout the tree, and it comes out different areas, and that color is kind of all over, and it's not in one area, and it's not the same pattern all the way around. So thank you for your question. So now we're on step 2 of our tree decorating, and guys, we're going to add our large ball ornaments. Again, this is a 6-inch ornament, and this make great fillers in your tree. So anywhere that you have a space, for example right here, you can take this and nest it far into your tree to add depth. So we're going to take this and stick it far in there, and we're going to basically twist the remainder of the hanging part on the branch like that. And I do that with all of my ornaments. A lot of the time, you know, you see people who put ornaments on their tree like this, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you wrap the hanger that comes on the ornament all the way around the branch. Alright, so we're going to do the largest ones first. So we're going to continue with our large 6-inch ornaments, and we're going to fill in all around the tree. And guys, make sure you cover the whole tree from back to front and from side to side. And you know, you can stick the larger ornaments farther into the tree and then work your way to the tips of the branches with the smaller ball ornaments. Again, guys, if you have any questions while we're doing this part of the tree decorating process, please put your name, where you're watching from, in the down bar, and any questions or comments that you have, any requests, and Dina's going to relay those questions to me as we do this video. So again, I'm using 3 different colors. I'm using a red, a lime green, and a gold. And the reason that I'm using these colors is because I'm going to coordinate every color that I've used in the top right here, I'm going to use in the bottom of the tree and carry that color combination throughout. And guys, you can use as many different ornaments as you want to use. It just depends on the look that you're trying to achieve. So if you want a more fuller look, definitely use lots and lots of ornaments. But again, they do make a great filler on your tree. So it is a great thing to use. And these larger ones I'm using right now are only $3.50 on sale. So it'd be great to take advantage of that price, and you can fill up your whole tree for these with these ornaments for less than $50 if you really want to use a lot of them. So again, guys, as we decorate, it's best that you step back from your project, really take an overview look at what you're doing, and then you can step back to it and really, you know, continue your decorating process.
Corey Wells asked, how many ornaments do you usually add to a tree?
Hi, thank you for your question. Again, it just depends on how many ornaments you want to add and what kind of look you're trying to achieve. I mean, if you use lots and lots of florals, some people like to add more florals than ornaments, and the more florals you add, the less amount of ornaments that you need to put on there because you don't have much room left. So it just depends. Typically, I usually put about 50 to 100 ornaments on a tree. But sometimes if I use a lot of florals, like we are going to use a lot of florals today, you can get away with 25 to 50 ornaments. So it just depends and varies. Guys, I want to remind everybody that as you decorate and as you follow our videos, please post pictures of your stuff. Tag us on Instagram and on Facebook at Ella's Home and Garden. I'd love to see all of your work. Somebody tag or send us some pictures the day before yesterday, and their stuff looks so good. And they just followed our design videos and followed our steps and processes, and their stuff looks so good. So again, guys, please share your stuff with us. I'd love to see. Come in and see me. I've met a whole bunch of people that watched our videos over the weekend. I love interacting with you guys. So come in and meet us. We have 5 locations, guys. I also want to remind you that we do offer interior design in our Longview and Bossier location, so come in and get a consult with us, guys. If you want one of us to come into your home in Longview or Bossier and create a designer Christmas tree, come in and see us, and we will come into your home and create this beautiful tree for you guys.
Pat Martin, can it ever be too much, or is it individual taste?
Hi, Pat. Sometimes, yes, it can be too much. I mean, I do like a lot of stuff on a tree because I like a really full look, but you can overdo it. But when I say overdo it, it just depends on how you design the tree. So if you do it, if you follow the correct steps and you have a really good flow going while you design your tree, then I think you're good as far as putting a lot of stuff on there. Alright everybody, so this completes step 2, which is our ornament step or our ball step. And I consider balls and ornaments different because this is going to be an ornament for me, and this is going to be a ball. Balls I consider like fillers because they're large and you can stick them up in the tree and up in the holes and spaces, and it really helps fill out your tree. And ornaments you can actually hang in front of those balls, and it will set off, it makes a great backdrop for the ornament. So again, we started off with a blank tree here, guys. We fluffed it from start to finish. We added our ribbon, which we used bows to start off this look. 3 different ribbons, guys. Then we went to step 2, which was our balls. We used 2 different size balls, a 6-inch and a 5-inch. Again, our ornaments are 50% off. It's a great time to take advantage of that. And we nested those up into the tree along with the bow. So again, if you're just watching, don't ever put anything at the tips of the branches or on the front of the tree because you don't want to lose the shape. It's very important. So you want to make sure that you nest all of your materials up into the branches of the tree. So guys, if you've been to our stores or if you've seen items, if you want to add any statues, or if you want to add any sisal gift boxes or lighted gift boxes or packages, this is the point in decorating when you would add those gift boxes or packages or statues. We're not going to do that today in this particular look and design that we're doing. But if you wanted to add the gift boxes or something like that, this is when you would actually nest them into your tree after you completed this step. So we have done the ribbon and the balls, and so our next step that we're going to do is floral components.
Deborah Rank from Columbia, South Carolina asked how many lights usually go on an 8-foot tree.
On an 8-foot tree, well, I usually take care of a tree with pre-lit trees, but probably around 500 to 700 lights. I like a lot of lights in my tree, so I would definitely put a lot in there because you never want to have not enough lights, because when you get all of this decoration on there, sometimes it does dim the lights on there. It kind of takes away from that. So the more lights that you have, the better impact it's going to make when you turn the lights out and when you have all of your decorations on the tree. So we're going to start now with our floral components. It's our 3rd step in this tree decorating process. And we're going to start with our poinsettias, guys. And if you followed our other videos, you will know that I love working with poinsettias, whether it be, red velvet poinsettias, which is our traditional look, which is what we're going to use today because they match well with the look that we have went with here. Or you can use, whimsical poinsettias, burlap poinsettias, all different kinds of looks. And if you don't like poinsettias, you can use different kinds of flowers. You can use magnolias, which are really popular right now. You can use roses in like a white and silver look. So all kinds of stuff to replace that poinsettia if you don't want to use that.
Myra Mora from Indiana, do you ship?
Hi Myra. We have a website, ellishomeandgarden.com. We offer some of our items on there. We have some ribbon on there, some ornaments, and some floral components on there. Not everything, but we do offer a small selection, so check us out on there for sure. But we are working to see what else we can get on there. So thank you for your question, and thanks for watching all the way from Indiana. So guys, I'm going to add my poinsettias now, and I'm going to fluff each and every leaf just like we do the tree, and just like we do everything else in the ribbon. You want to make sure you touch each and every leaf and petal of the poinsettia to really get the fullest effect you can out of it. And now you're going to add these, and if you've seen before, you can actually leave the stem on these long because we're going to actually insert this into the tree, and this will not be visible. So it's going to be stuck into the tree. And we're just going to begin applying these. And again, I like to put everything, all of my poinsettias kind of at an angle. You know, an upward angle, so they look natural and they're just kind of sitting in the tree at an angle. So I'm going to have Dina zoom in upon that, how I put that and placed it into the tree. So again, guys, we're on step 3. If you're just joining us, and I'm Dylan from Ellis Home and Garden, and we're doing our designer Christmas tree part 2 of our 2-part video series this week, guys. We started off yesterday with this beautiful Christmas tree topper, which you can find that video if you missed it on our Facebook page. And today we are finishing off with our designer Christmas tree. And we're on step 3, which is our floral, and we're adding our poinsettias. If you guys have any questions or comments about what we're doing today, any requests that you'd like to see in the future on our Ellis page, or any requests or comments or questions about decorating, Christmas decorating period, put those comments in the down bar with your name and where you're watching from, and I would love to interact with you guys and answer those as we complete this tree today.
Key Amundsen, if you did a big bow and ribbons for your topper, would you still start with the topper from Rockwall?
Yes, I would. Oh, Rockwall, Texas?
She says Rockwall.
Oh, my aunt lives in Rockwall. Actually, I'm going there today. Yes, I would definitely do the topper first regardless. That's a good question. Regardless if you do a topper made out of sprays or not, because you don't know how big the bow is going to be until you make the bow and have it placed on your tree. You don't know how much room it's going to take up on the actual tree. So it's very important, even if you were to put an angel or a star or like a bow, like you said, with some stuff like that and streamers, put that on first, and then have your streamers come down and then work your way around that and go from there. So thank you for your question. So again, guys, we're on step 3. We're going to continue with our poinsettias. We work them around our tree. Make sure you place them.
Rockwall, Texas.
Okay. Make sure you place the poinsettias from top to bottom and all around the tree. And as you decorate, guys, especially with the top, make sure you do it 360 degrees all the way around, because you definitely don't want your tree leaning like the Grinch, because that's not a good look. And again, in our Longview and Bossier locations, guys, we do offer interior design services, meaning we will come in and actually do this tree for you in your home. So if you'll contact Dylan, myself in Longview, or Debbie in Bossier, we will definitely do a consultation for you and see what we can get worked out, guys, to bring some Christmas cheer into your home for the holidays, or business for that matter.
Key asked also, are you planning a bow designing video?
Hi. Yes, I had a lot of requests for that, so I'm going to see what I can do to get that on the books and get my schedule cleared out for that. But yes, we definitely are, because I have had lots and lots of requests for that. I just haven't done it in a video like this because it's going to take a little bit of time. There's a lot of steps, and I'm going to have a lot of questions, I'm sure, so I'm going to make sure I do that in a video by itself so I can cover all of the bases on the bow to answer all of your questions. So again, guys, make sure you touch and fluff every petal and leaf on the poinsettia or flower of your choice so that you get the most out of it. And we're going to step back from our project and really take a look, and then continue to add our poinsettias and flowers into our tree. Another tip that you can do, guys, if you really want to fill your tree out, is you can put your poinsettias in doubles and in triples on the tree. So I have them in singles on this tree, but you don't have to do that. You can put them in multiples. So for example, you could put another one here, and so you have 3 together. And it really makes a big impact and statement when you check out your tree, and you can do them in different colors. So we have red, green, and gold going here. So you could have a gold one here and a green one, and you have a group of 3. So we're not going to do that on this look, but that is an idea, and it really makes a big statement. It really helps fill out your tree. And as you can see, as we've added these poinsettias, it's really helped fill out the tree so far, and you can really see shape coming along. Alright guys, so we have completed the poinsettias. Oh, one more. Never mind. One more. Alright, so now we've added all of our poinsettias on there. I believe I had 11 poinsettias in the basket, guys, so you can add as many or as less as you like, depending on how much you like poinsettias or what kind of look you're trying to achieve. I happen to love poinsettias, and all of my Christmas designs is a staple for Christmas, kind of like pumpkins are for fall, so I like to incorporate those in all of my Christmas designs. Again, as we continue this video, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is Dylan with Ella's Home and Garden on our two-part video series of a designer Christmas tree. We're on our second part. Put any questions, comments that you may have, your name, and where you're watching from. Even if you don't have a question, I love to see where you're watching from, guys. We've had viewers from Africa, from Canada, from Alaska, all kinds of places. So put those in the down bar, and Gina's going to relay all those questions and comments to me throughout this video.
Lenise Wolf asked, is it even or odd numbers when decorating?
Most likely odd numbers. So 5s, 7s, 9s, 15s. You know, that's not always the case, because sometimes I tell people odd numbers, and then I find myself putting even numbers on there, you know, by mistake. So most likely odds, and I do try to pay attention and do odds, because if you have something smaller like a wreath or an arrangement or a teardrop, and you can really see what you have in there, it always looks best if you have an odd number, especially like 3 or 5s if you're doing something smaller. So definitely odds. So I'm going to have Dina scan up on the poinsettias and what we've done so far, so you guys can really check out the shape of what we've done on the tree. Alright everybody.
Somebody is asking, Amanda Rohrbog, sorry. What do you mean by odd or even numbers?
Odd or even numbers, like decorating. So, for example, we'll use this ornament. So they were asking, do you decorate with odd or even numbers, meaning your decor that you put on the tree, do you put even numbers like 4 of these balls or 7 of these balls? Okay, so 4 will be even, so you can put 4 like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's very visible that you have 4 balls on there. Or would you put an odd number like 7, and you know, it's an odd number? And it's your preference. It's not any, you know, nothing's right or wrong in that case. It just depends on what you want to do and what looks best in your eyes. Because at the end of the day, this is your design, and so you want to do whatever makes you happy. All right. So. So we're going to start on step 4, which is our floral process. I'm going to have Dina scan over my table, guys, and as you've seen on every project that we have done, it's very important that you stay organized before you start a project. You clean and start with a blank slate, and you don't start with a mess, because that will give you a headache, and it will get you discouraged while you start your project. So I have everything here by color, by shape, and by size, and by stem, and we're going to start here with our red and green berry stem. We're going to pull it apart just like we've done in the past, so that you get the fullness and effect out of each and every stem. And guys, we're using these stems today because we've used all of these stems in our topper that we've done yesterday. If you missed that video, it's on our Facebook page at Ella's Home and Garden, so make sure you check that out for sure. And like us on Instagram. We've got lots of great things that we're going to be posting on there. We've got lots of great pictures that we're going to post of our store. So if you don't live in here and you've seen our videos and you'd like to see more, we've had pictures taken of our stores, and not just in Longview, but we've got pictures of Bossier and all kinds of pictures of our stores. We're going to be posting those in the weeks coming on our Facebook and Instagram, so you guys can check those out from all over the world.
Lenise asked, can you send personal message or take phone calls at the store?
Yeah, so call me at the store, or send us a message on Facebook, and we'll do the best we can to get back with you as soon as we can. Alright, so now we're going to add these picks into the tree. And guys, this is a tip that I really want you to take note on, because I get this question a lot, is how to make florals look most realistic and the best you can in the tree. First, I'm going to start out with what not to do. Definitely don't do this, okay? I've walked in people's houses and my friends' houses, and I'm like, oh God, you know, you definitely don't want to do this. So, and I just want to like reach over their tree and fix it. So do not do this, okay? So this is what not to do, okay? You don't want it sticking out like this. That's not a good look. Let me tell you, let's see what else not to do. Okay, some people have them sticking out straight like this. That's another no-no. And then I've seen them stick them straight out like this. So all three of these examples are no, no, no. You don't want to do this on your tree. And when I go, you know, to my friends' houses, I'm always like, when they go to the bathroom, I'm like fixing their stuff in their tree. So you don't want to do that. So those are no's. So now I'm going to show you the correct way to insert florals into your tree. Alright, so after you've left out your stem, and again, we're using this stem because we have used it in our topper, so we're going to incorporate this all through the tree. Your tree starts off small and it gets larger at the bottom. And just like with any type of tree, whether it's a Christmas tree, whether it's a pine tree, they all start off small and get bigger, and the branches grow as they get bigger, and they all go at an angle down like this. Your tree, especially a Christmas tree, the branches all kind of go at a downswept, downward angle like this. So that makes, you definitely don't want to have your pick going like this if your branches are going at a downward angle. You want to make sure all of your stems lay at the same angle that your branches are going on your tree. So as you can see here, all of our branches are going down, and they start getting longer and longer and longer, and they grow near the bottom to, you know, to a fuller length, even on a slim tree. So you're going to stick your stems in at a downward angle, not super down like this. I've seen also where they have them on the front of the tree like this, and you don't want to do that either. You want to almost lay the stem on the actual branch. So for example, we're going to start right here on this branch. So take your stem, we come over here on this side. Take your stem and lay it on the branch, just like this. So, is that kind of at a downward angle, and it is realistic with the tree. And you never want your stems to come out, but just a little bit farther than the actual branch of the tree. So, you don't want it to come out to here, that's too far. You want it to stick it in and lay it on the actual branch and keep it, you know, within the size and shape of your tree branches so it looks most realistic. So again, I've just taken this stem, okay, and I have laid it on the branch at a downward angle. The reason we have done that is because the tree starts off small and gets larger, and it grows as we go. Now, this is in the middle of the tree. So, as you work your way up, you're going to have to stick this stem in a little bit farther because the branches are shorter, and as you go to the bottom, you're going to need to pull this out a little bit farther so that it always matches the length of the branches. That is the most important thing when adding florals to your tree, and that's how you lose shape very quick, is if you don't follow these steps, because you want to make sure that you keep the stems in check with the length of your branches and you keep the shape of your tree going. That's very, very important. So again, we're on step 4, which is the florals. So I'm going to show you guys again. We're using our red and green berry stems. We're going to add another one. Let me step back kind of so I can see. Add another one right here. This one's kind of near the bottom, so I'm going to leave it out a little bit more because the branches near the bottom of the tree are a little bit longer. So I'm going to have Dina zoom in on both of those so you guys can get a good look at that. And again, we're kind of going at a downward angle because the tree goes at a downward angle, just like a regular, realistic tree would do. You want the picks and sprays to look as realistic as possible. So guys, as we're adding these florals, if you have any questions about this step, put your name and your comments and where you're watching from in the down bar, and Dina's going to ask those for you.
Taranisha Petty from Sugarland. If you were to put the gift boxes in the tree, how do you keep shape and not make the tree too heavy?
How do you what? Keep shape?
How do you keep the shape and not make the tree too heavy?
That is a good question. You want to make sure that you stick the gift box far up into the tree. So find a spot in your tree where you have a big hole or a big space or a big gap, and stick that gift box or stick that statue of whatever it is, maybe it's a Santa or a snowman, up into the tree, and just never have it sticking out farther than the branches. So you want to stick it up in there and have it kind of just coming out just a little bit, but you want to make sure that when you're from the side of your tree and you look here, you can see all the branches and you don't have stuff sticking out, you know, like that. You want to keep the shape going. So thank you so much for your question.
Barbara Wyant from Chesapeake, Ohio.
Hi, Barbara.
What is the average cost to decorate a tree?
That again just depends on how full you want it. If you want a really full designer tree, and it's, say for example for a 7.5 foot size, it can easily run you without the tree, of course. Say you already have the tree in decorations, and right now again they're 50% off. Most of our stuff is 50 off, so that's a great sale. Probably around $1,000 if you really want it to be full. But you know, we can work with any budget, and you can still achieve a beautiful designer tree, and you don't have to spend $1,000. I'm not spending $1,000 at my house, so. But I still, you know, achieve a beautiful tree. And sometimes you have to start off with year one and not have so much stuff, and then you kind of work up, and year after year you buy more and more and more, and then maybe in a few years you do have this look, and you know, and buying stuff on sale, you know, does help, and I do that at home, you know, as well.
Monica Dupree from Lafayette. Where can I find the pre-lit pencil tree?
Hi Monica, we do carry them here at Ellis, so we don't ship trees, unfortunately. I believe we don't because they're so heavy, and I think the shipping would be outrageous if we did that. But if you do live near one of our locations, you said Lafayette, is that near like Shreveport or Bossier? So Bossier location has those. But we have 5 locations. You can check out all of that information on our website at ellishomeandgarden.com, and hopefully you can swing by one of our stores because we do carry a variety of pencil trees there. So thank you for your question. You guys have any questions? Oh, Belmont. Just kidding. Okay, so closer to Belmont. Okay. Well, they do carry pencil trees there too. We have all of them in all 5 locations. Y'all don't want me giving you directions. I can barely get to Walmart sometimes.
Stephanie Zapata, the wreath you made last week, can you use it for outdoor use and it not get messed up?
Hi, Stephanie. You can, if it's going to be on your front door, it's fine if it's under like a covered porch, but if it's out in the direct rain, it's going to fade over time, and it's going to have some bleeding probably from the sun and the rain. You can spray Scotch Guard on it, and that will kind of help repel the rain and the fading, but over time it is going to get damaged. But that's going to happen with anything that you put in direct weather. So again, guys, we're on step 4, and we're adding our red and green berry stems. And as you can see, oh my gosh, as you can see, our tree is starting to really take shape. And again, whatever you add on the front of the tree, you want to make sure you add on the sides and the back as well, so that way you don't get the leaning effect. Guys, if you have any questions about your florals or anything to do with the Christmas tree here that we're decorating, put your name where you're watching from in the down bar, and we would love to answer your questions.
Connie says, tell him it looks great.
Thank you, Connie. And guys, you can add a variety of picks and stems. You don't have to use just the ones that we're using here. So, you know, guys, if you have some at home, you can use those as well. I do want to remind everybody, all of the picks and stems that Ellis offers right now, they're 50% off. It's a great time to take advantage of those. Of the poinsettias that we have are 50 off. The ribbon is 2 for 10. The ornaments are 50 off. So everything basically that we carry and that we're using on this tree right now is on sale. Even the tree is half off. So it's a great time to come in and purchase all that stuff. And again, you can find some of that stuff on our website at ellishomeandgarden.com. We do also offer floral classes, so you can find the brochures and the class information on our website. And we'll put that information in the down bar in the comment section. And we offer classes on arrangements, on wreaths, on garlands, so all kinds of stuff. And we'll have a teacher, you know, explain to you in depth in person on how to do that stuff. And there is a cost on that, guys, but you really get payoff on that.
What is the proper storage for the picks, especially those that you have?
The long ones. What I do is I buy a tub, and guys, we actually have people joining us here in store live, so that's awesome. We have a see we on camera. I have a long tub that I buy at Lowe's, and it's like It's shallow. It's probably like this and long. And I just lay all these in there flat, and I'll alternate them. So I'll put some this way, and then I'll lay some this way. And I try to keep them organized, so like I'll put all the red ones in one box, but sometimes it doesn't happen like that. Alright, so we're going to continue adding our picks in the tree, guys, and this floral step that we're doing, step 4, is really going to help fill out the tree. Alright, as I'm adding these, guys, again, I'm going to have Nina come in and zoom it up close so you can see what we're doing and adding these, guys, and how we're adding them in the tree. Alright, so now we're going to add a different type of pick. So now we're going to add our gold locust leaves. Again, this is another stem that we did add in the top of our tree, as you can see here. So we're going to use these stems to incorporate in the bottom half of our tree today. And again, just because these look like they're already fluffed, make sure you fluff each and every branch on the stem. These right here are only $2.50. It's one of my favorite fillers. It comes in a variety of colors. And the reason I like this is because it fans out almost like your hand. Like it fans out, you can cut this in half, and you can get 2 picks out of 1. It's a great filler for wreaths and garlands. I use all the time. So we're going to continue and add these in our tree, guys, for filler. Always at that downward angle, because again, your tree goes at a downward angle. If you're just joining us, I was telling them earlier, you don't want to stick anything up in your tree like this because it's not realistic and your tree does not flow like that. If you're just joining us, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is part 2 of our tree video, and this is Dylan with Ellis Home and Garden, and we thank you for watching. If you have any requests that you'd like to see us do in the future, put those comments and where you're watching from and your name in the down bar, and we will definitely take a look at those. As you can see, as I'm adding more and more florals, it's really helping to fill out our tree and really take shape. And I also get a question a lot of the time on how we add in the picks and sprays, guys. I'm just sticking them in the tree itself. No wire, no hot glue, no pipe cleaners, no mess. So these are very easy to insert and remove at the end of the season. So again, this is step 4. We started off with our ribbon, we added our balls, and then we added our poinsettias, and now we are on our floral component, guys. We're just making our way around the tree and adding these in to fill in our tree.
It is so, I'm going to butcher it, sorry. Solo is asking what is the best way to start learning how to decorate like a professional.
Watch our videos. You know, you just have to kind of create your technique over time, but we are making these informational videos so that you guys can kind of watch how I decorate Christmas trees, and you can take what you can take from that, and you can kind of, you know, use that and form your own technique and do your own thing. But as you decorate, you know, and as you do your thing, we'd love for you to post and tag us in your final product of your design. I would love to see that on our Facebook and Instagram page at Ellis Home and Garden. And I was going to tell you, we do offer classes as well. All that information is on our website.
And she asked, when was the first video made?
The first video was last Tuesday. I couldn't tell you the date, I forgot. But it's on our Facebook page. Just scroll back a little bit. The first one was the mantle last Tuesday. We continued with the teardrop, and we finished with a designer Christmas wreath. It was a whole 3-part video transformation series. Really great tips and techniques and steps on there. So check those out, because by the time we get done with this video today, you'll know how to transform your whole living room.
Elizabeth Langley, if you purchase online, are the items also 50 off?
Hi Elizabeth. Yes, they are. Any sales that we offer in store, we do offer online as well.
Lenise Wolf, can you use magnolias instead of poinsettias?
Hi Lenise. Yes, absolutely. Magnolias are very, very popular. Ever since they had that show on HGTV, that's all we use. And I use magnolia leaves like crazy. Even outside of Christmas decor, I use them in everyday decor as well. So yes, in place of the poinsettias, you can definitely add magnolias.
Donna Lawson, how can you control the glitter flakes?
Hi Donna, you can't. I'll go home every day with glitter. I'll wake up every day with glitter. I can take a shower. I can scrub myself, and then I lay down in bed and I look over and my arm has got glitter still on it. So I don't know how. All right, we're now going to add our third pick, which is going to be our green golden rain leaves. And we again are going to add these because we also added these in the top. So we're going to continue this flow all the way throughout the tree. So I'm going to step back, have Dina zoom in on what we've done so far. I'm going to give you kind of an overview. We started, guys, with the blank tree. We created our beautiful topper yesterday. We started the bottom process with ribbon of our choice, which we used 3 different kinds of ribbon on our bows. Then we added large ball ornaments in for filler. We added some beautiful red poinsettias, and now we are on our 4th step, which is going to be our floral components. So we've added a gold locust leaf, we've added a red berry stem, and now we're going to add our green lime stem as well. Guys, as I continue this process, please put your name, where you're watching from, any comments or questions that you have in the down bar, and Dina's going to ask those for me.
Tina Bowers, would it be tacky to do this kind of tree and then add a few of your children's ornaments?
Hi Tina, of course not. I am 25 years old, and I still love putting my childhood stuff on there. I actually decorated my grandmother's tree the other day, and she wasn't home, and I actually dug through her attic. I'm surprised it didn't fall through the kitchen, but I dug through her attic and found a bunch of my childhood ornaments, and I did her tree just like this. It was like traditional colors, and I found stuff that I had when I was a kid that she hadn't put out in years, and I put those all on there as well. So yes, definitely put your childhood ornaments on there as well. And I have some from when I was a kid that I've been wanting to do like a childhood tree by itself. I just haven't got around to it. So again, we're adding our 4th stem, guys, which are these green leaves, and we're adding these because we're incorporating, again, everything you add in your topper, you want to put a little bit of in your tree so that it really blends in throughout the whole tree from top to bottom.
Was your Grammy happy?
Huh?
Was your Grammy
Well,
happy?
she hasn't seen it yet, but I hope she will be. I bet she will be. It made me happy because I haven't seen those ornaments since I was a kid.
Jessica Lowe, how much of an investment is it to decorate a tree like this?
What's her name?
Jessica.
Hi Jessica, thank you so much for your question and thank you for watching. I was saying earlier, it is quite an investment to do something as full as this, but like we said, it's an investment. I mean, it's something you can use year after year. You can always tweak it and change it, and you don't always have to start out this full. A tree like this, when you finally get decorated, probably is going to cost you in decor, without the tree of course, like $1,000 to $1,200. But what I like to do, and I do this myself at home, is I don't just drop $1,200 like this. I start out small. So I start with a few things to really get a nice, full, pretty tree, and then each year after year I add a few more things when they go on sale, and then I actually end up with a look like this, like I have at my home now, but it's taken me a few years to get that, and then I can tweak it each year. So thank you for your question, Jessica. So again, guys, we are adding our 4th layer of picks. you guys have any questions while we're doing this about florals or anything you've missed in the previous videos, put your name, where you're watching from, in the down bar. We were going to do the best I can to answer those questions. Make sure as you decorate, you step back from your project and you really come back and take a look, guys, so you can get an overview of what you're doing. As you can see, the tree is really starting to take shape and fill out. And now we've added all of our green stems in there. So I'm going to have Dina get up close, guys, and really give you a good look at what we've done so far. And as you can see, our tree is really filling out and taking a nice shape. It's really growing. We started with a 7.5 foot gantlet, very slim. It was a really slim tree, and we have added a bunch of stuff that's really made the tree grow in height and in width as well. So you can take a really slim tree that you have at home, a tree that you might not think is really pretty, and you can really transform that tree with the steps that we have followed today. So we're going to continue with our next row of picks, guys. This is our fifth layer, right? Fifth layer of picks, red. These are going to be a red glittered juniper spray. These are $6.99, 50 off, so $3.50. It's a great time to take advantage of those. Again, all of our picks and stems right now are 50 off in the store, guys, so come and take advantage. Everything, and I mean everything we've used on this tree is 50% off or on sale at some in some way. So again, great time to come in and pick up on those. Alright, so we're going to begin filling in with our other spray again. Don't ever stick it in like this. You want to make sure you do everything in a downward angle. And as you can see, as we added more and more and more, it is really starting to flow, and you can see how everything is supposed to lay. So now the main part is just filling in all of the spaces with the remainder of your floral components. I want to thank everybody for joining us the last few days. I've had so much fun interacting with you guys, learning with you guys, teaching you guys, and pointing you in the right direction. I can't wait to see everybody's stuff. I love meeting you guys on the weekends when you come in or during the week. If you have any questions, you guys call me or send us messages on Facebook, and we will do the best we can to answer those questions for you. If you have any questions today while we do these videos, put your name and where you're watching from in the down bar, and we will do the best we can to answer those questions while we do the video. Again, we're adding our fifth layer of picks and stems, guys. This is a red juniper spray, and the reason we're adding it is because we added it in the topper. So whatever we added in the topper, we're going to work our way down into the tree and continue adding. If this is the first time that you joined us for one of our videos, I want to remind everybody, last week we did a 3-part video series on a mantle transformation. You can find all of those videos and all of that stuff on our Facebook page at Ella's Home and Garden. So like us on Facebook, share those videos, like those videos, guys. And they're all posted so you can rewind and fast forward on there. If you watch them, you still have questions, comment on that video, guys, or send us a message on Facebook, and we will do the best we can to answer those questions and to get back with you as soon as we can.
Linda Baker, how many hours does this take for a regular person?
Hi, Linda. I don't know. It just depends on if you really stay into it. And, you know, like when I'm at home, I get distracted easily. If I'm watching TV, I'll sit down and watch TV, and it takes me forever too at home. Or I'll start, you know, eating or doing all kinds of stuff. So probably maybe 2 to 3 hours, I would say.
Tina Bowers from Minden, do you have an idea of what video you're doing next?
Hi, Tina. I'm not sure, probably, if I had to guess, a bow video, because I've had so many requests on how to do a bow, and I put bows in a lot of the items that we have done, and I haven't really explained in depth how to do a bow because it's going to take a little bit of time, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of interaction, a lot of questions, which I like and which I want to do, but I'm going to have to do that in a single video because the video will be like 4 hours because, you know, I like to talk as well, so. We are probably going to do a bow video next.
Elizabeth Langley from South Carolina. When you have a lot of ornaments, what would be your first 2 to 3 choices for picks?
Something that fans out. So here's 2 examples. This one fans out, and when I say fan out, I mean like fan out like this. Here's another type of pick I would not go with. Okay, we're going to use this, but see, this has like 3 separate sprigs. And these, when you pull them apart, they fan out. Both of these do. And it makes a really good foundation here, like all of these that I've used here, for your ornaments to lay in there, especially when you have a lot of ornaments. Alright, so we've added our 4th layer of red juniper sprays. I'm going to have Dina zoom in on those guys and let you check those out. And as you can see, our tree's really starting to fill out and match the top and turn into that designer look that we were trying to achieve.
Tina Bowers also asked, at some point, will you do an outside entranceway?
Hi Tina, that is a good question. I haven't thought about that, but I will definitely take that into consideration if the time allows and stuff. We can definitely, yes, we will.
And one lady asked how many picks on a 6-foot tree.
That kind of just depends on what kind of fullness you want and what kind of look you're trying to achieve. You know, I would, if I were starting out, you know, from start to finish, I would definitely, a good starting point for picks would probably be about 30. Alright guys, so now we're going to start on our 5th and final layer of picks before we add our final ornament touches. So, our final pick is going to be this. Do you have a question?
Yeah, Amber Shaver, when using a real tree, would you still recommend wrapping the balls around the branches?
Definitely. And I just don't like, the reason I don't like the ornament hanging like this, I don't like the way this looks. So I like to, it looks more realistic to me when the ornament is snug with the tip of the branch. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to, but when you look at a tree and you see a bunch of strings hanging down everywhere, I don't like that. I mean, but I like to wrap it up, and it's also secure. So if you walk by, if you're clumsy like me, I mean, I run into everything. I'll hit the edge of the tree, and then all that stuff can just scoot off and fall off the tree and break. So when it's wrapped around there like this, it's secure, and you know, you can run into the tree and hit it, and it just swings. It doesn't go anywhere. So it really helps secure it on there. Are y'all just hanging on there? Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to add our 5th and final stem. This is another one that we used in our topper. So we're just going to work our way down to the tree and add these as well. Always at a downward angle, guys, again, because if you missed earlier, your tree goes at a downward angle naturally, so you want to keep these picks as natural flowing as possible.
Betty Stegall, would you probably be doing demonstrations year-round?
What was her name?
Betty.
Hi, Betty. Yes, probably so. You know, this is the first year that we've ever done Facebook Live videos or Facebook demonstrations, and I've really enjoyed it. I love interacting with you guys, and I really like meeting you guys when you come in. So, yes, definitely, we will be doing demonstrations all year round, not just for Christmas, because we've got so many decorating ideas I want to share with you guys and really help show you how we use product, because sometimes people come in the store and they see, you know, this on the shelf, they're like, oh, that's pretty, but what do you do with that? And I like to show you guys what you can do with a piece of product, you know, and then, you know, get the most out of it. Because once you see what you can do with it, you know, then that's really when, you know, it picks off, it picks up. Alright, so again, we're adding our 5th layer of stems. We're just adding those into the tree, guys. Again, if you have any questions while we do this process, put your name and where you're watching from in the down bar, and Dina's going to relay those messages to me. And after you get your foundation pretty much on your tree, guys, and as you get everything, you know, laid out where you need it to go, it goes typically pretty fast. So someone asked me a minute ago how long it takes, and as you can see, I have everything basically where I need it to go, and I'm just filling in the spaces. And so that really helps a lot of your time, and it makes everything go quicker. So I'm going to have Dina scan up on that, guys, and show you that 5th layer that we just added in our tree.
Dawson, Greenwood, Indiana. How would this work on a pre-lit tree?
Well, this is the pre-lit tree. So, you know, everything that I mainly do and decorate happens to be on a pre-lit tree. So it all works out really well. But if you were to have an unlit tree, you could do the same type of thing with your tree and add your own lights as well. Alright guys, so we have added all of our floral components, and now we're going to add our finishing touches, which are going to be our decorative ornaments. So, I'm going to have Dina scan over here and show you guys. I have a collection of ornaments that I have chosen. You know, if you have some at home, you can use those ornaments as well. This is when you would add your childhood ornaments, but I have different sizes. I have these ball ornaments. I have different sizes. I have these like teardrop looking ornaments, and these decorative finials with these, look at this embellishments on here with these little stars on top and these crystals on the bottom and all of this. And I picked these because of the embellishments, and all of the colors match what we are using in the tree. You guys, something I want to tell you about that we don't offer at Ellis, but you can find other places to really make your tree pop, and I do use these at home, is ornament rotators. So you can put an ornament rotator on here, and something as pretty as this, you know, it'll actually turn your ornament like this on the tree. So when you have your ornament on your tree, it actually spins like this, and that really makes that ornament stand out. So if you have a few ornaments at home that you really, really like and you really wish they would stand out, that's something pretty like this one right here, you can buy rotators at other, you know, locations or other stores and put them on your tree on those special ornaments. And you can find gorgeous ornaments like this at Ellis, and all of these are 50% off. So it's a great time to pick these up. So now we're just going to start applying our ornaments, guys. The best way to do this is just find spaces in your tree and place these ornaments. And again, we're going to place these and twist them all the way around the branch and not leave this hanging. And again, if you're watching, guys, I'm leaving these tags on here. Don't do this at home, definitely, but I'm leaving them because all this stuff is for sale here at Ellis. So again, I'm going to twist it all the way on the branch, just like that. If you guys have any questions while we're doing this, please put your name and where you're watching from in the down bar, and I will do the best I can to answer, guys. Also, wherever you place the ornament in the tree, make sure it has room to hang. So you don't want to have it where it's like hanging off and crammed up in the tree. So try and find a place, you know, where you can have that ornament hanging by itself in the tree. And sometimes that takes where you have to actually shift some things around, but make sure you do that. So like, for example, right there, it will hang by itself. And really work these ornaments back up into the branches. Don't put them at the very, very tip, because again, you don't want to lose the shape on your tree. Someone asked me earlier how many ornaments you use. It just depends on how many florals you put on your tree. You can put as many ornaments on there as you want, but if you use a lot of florals like I've used on this tree, I'm going to use here about maybe 25 ornaments. So, you know, it just depends on how many. But if you don't use a lot of florals and you really like the look of ornaments, you can add several on there as well.
Janice Ward, if you were to use the ornament rotators, how many would you use?
Hi, Janice. I definitely wouldn't go overboard, because you don't want to, you know, have the whole tree going crazy. But maybe like 5 to 7. Just pick out those, you know, those really pretty ornaments. Like here's another one that Ellis offers. I mean, just look at that one. I mean, it's super pretty, and with it turning, look at it turning. So I mean, with it on your tree turning, it's going to be super, super pretty, and really make a big impact as well. And I like to put them beside each other, so see, these kind of coordinate with each other. And so I would like to have 2 rotators on there at different heights, kind of like this beside each other. You can have them both turning at one time. What's the question?
Paula Smith,
Hi, Paula.
how do you put them on if you use hooks?
The ornaments? That's a good question. Take that metal hook and wrap it around the branch too. So you really want to secure that ornament to the tip of the branch to make it look as realistic as possible. I did that yesterday, actually. I had a client last night, and I she had metal ornament hooks, and I actually used the metal and I tied it around the tree. And that's all I use at home actually is metal. And guys, here's an example. I'm going to have Dina zoom in for me. Here is a good example of why we use those large ball ornaments as filler, because look at that as a great backdrop for this beautiful embellished ornament. It makes a great backdrop and blends in really well with that. Here's another one of those, guys. We have 3 different kinds. Here's another one. It's in a ball shape or a sphere shape, and it matches the longer one as well. And again, all of our ornaments are 50% off. So it's a great time to come in and pick up on those for sure. Okay, so guys, we're on our final step of this video. We're adding the ornaments of our choice onto the tree. Make sure you add them from top to bottom, not just around the top. All over the tree to get the best look that you can. Y'all check out this ornament. This one's really pretty too. So this is another one. It's got some wire at the top with some swirls on it and some beading. This is another one that would be super pretty on a Turner. And really use the front of your tree, guys. Again, decorate the whole thing all the way around. But you really use the front to showcase your prettiest ornaments and your childhood ornaments, because I love that stuff. And you can still do a designer tree and use and incorporate childhood ornaments and still get that designer look and still, make it look elegant. So I'm going to have Dina zoom in on the ornaments, guys, that we've added so far. If you're just joining us, we're in our second part of our 2-part video series on how to decorate a designer Christmas tree. We're just adding our ornaments. It's our final touch. This is our final step. In just a moment, I'm going to go over an overview with you guys from start to finish on what we have done today and what we've done in the last few days, 2 days, on our 2-part video series. I'm adding the last couple ornaments here. Again, if you guys have any questions before we wrap this video up today about this Christmas tree that we have decorated, please put your name and your comment and where you're watching from in the down bar. We would love to interact with you guys while we're still on and answer any questions that you have. Please like us on Facebook and on Instagram. Tag us in any of your designs on there. And guys, if you watch this video later on today and we're not live and you still have a question, post your comments and your questions still in the comment bar, and we will go back and we will answer those questions the best we can. Alright guys, so we have now completed our designer Christmas tree from top to bottom, okay? We started yesterday with a blank Christmas tree, a 7.5 foot Gatlinburg Slim, okay? We fluffed the tree from start to finish. Again, you want to make sure you fluff the tree and make a great foundation for anything you do, because without that great foundation, none of this stuff would work and flow like it has already. So then we created our topper, and guys, we created our topper using 91 stems. You don't have to use that many stems, but to create the look that we did, we used 91 stems. We started at the top. We split our tree into 4 sections, so we started at the top from front to back and the 2 sides, and we filled that in and created this beautiful topper. Today, on the bottom half and the rest of the tree, we started with step 1, which was our ribbon. So we added bows of our choice all around the tree, and then we added large ball ornaments like this gold one here, or this gold one here, and we added those in as filler in our tree. The next step that we did was add beautiful red velvet poinsettias, guys, in the tree, and then we finished this off with our beautiful floral components that we used in the topper. So we want to carry whatever we put in the top all the way down into the tree. And if you missed anything, guys, and we finished this tree off also with our ornaments of our choices, in our decorative ornaments. So again, start to finish, we started with the top and worked our way down. So if you missed any of our information that we did yesterday, all of our videos, the video that we did today and the video we did yesterday, will be found on our Facebook page at Ellis Home and Garden. So like our page, guys, and like this video and share it, please. If you have any requests on what you'd like to see in the future, I've had requests today for a bow video. I've had requests today for a door entrance. So guys, any other requests, any questions about Christmas decorating, put those comments and questions, your name, where you're watching from, where you've been watching this video. We've had lots of great viewers, guys. I've loved interacting with you guys this week on this 2-part video series. So put that stuff in the down bar and we will get back with you and interact with you the best that we can. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Again today we completed our 2-part video series on our tree. Do we have any more questions? All right. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. This is Dylan with Ellis Home and Garden. Check us out on our website at ellishomeandgarden.com. Some of our products are available on there. If you have any questions about anything you've seen and you can't get a hold of us, give us a call at one of our stores and one of our staff members will be sure to help you. So thanks everybody and have a great day.